Some evoke currency and some even evoke possibilities. Well, South Asians, I'm going to be walking with a name that basically covers all the three of these parameters. I'm going to be walking today on South Asia Walking with the woman who basically epitomizes journalism, creativity, and almost everything at the same time. Aparna Sen, and of course she needs no introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, it's great being here.
Great. I mean, where are we? Do you want to familiarize our South Asian viewers?
This is Prinsep Ghat, which was built in colonial times. As you can see, it's colonial architecture, and these lovely columns. And one of our favorite places to hang out during our college days, actually.
And why favorite?
Well, it's so beautiful. But of course, at that time, it wasn't exactly like this. It was much more sort of broken down. It's been renovated.
But was it almost like that? I mean,
It
were
was more-
couples
it was
coochie
like a-
cooing every?
Oh yeah, but it was round then. It wasn't sort of, it wasn't like this as far as my memory serves me at least.
And do you come here often?
No, not anymore, not really.
So-
But during college days, yes, we used to.
All right. So what are you busy doing these days?
What? Making films?
And the latest one is the,
The
Japanese
Japanese
wife.
The Japanese wife.
That's going to be an interesting project, I guess.
Well, I certainly hope so. It's a very unusual story. I keep saying
me
that it's almost surreal in its innocence. It's about arithmetic teacher in the Sundarbans and a Japanese girl who were pen friends, who were very shy, both of them, and got into a pen marriage. And they remained married, utterly devoted to each other, without ever having met.
Pen marriage. We've heard of many marriages, but pen marriage?
Yeah, well, they're friends and they keep telling each other everything. They're very shy, both of them. And then when he says that his aunt has seen a girl that she wants him to marry, he writes to her and she responds by saying, I would like to offer myself to you as your bride. And if you accept, we will be married.
So basically very Japanese in style as well, because the woman is a Japanese woman, right?
Yes, she is a Japanese woman. Yes, there's a certain starkness, a certain spare quality to the whole thing, which I tried very hard to create.
And it's based on a novel by
No, it's based on a short story
by Kunal Basu.
That's great.
Okay. And when do you think you'll be ready with the film?
Well, we're almost ready. Titles are being done now, and I think we'll release it after the monsoon sometime. Most probably after it's done the festival circuits.
Okay. And when you mentioned the festival circuits, how many festivals have you yourself been to in South Asia?
I've been to Busan. I've been in Japan to Fukuoka.
I'm
South Asia.
particularly
Okay,
interested
South
in
Asia.
South Asia.
No, well, I've been to Bangladesh. No, I've been to Bangladesh and that's it. And of course, many Indian festivals.
Not Pakistan?
No, I was never invited to any.
Sri
In
Lanka?
Pakistan, no, not in Sri Lanka either.
Nepal neither?
No, I wasn't. We can only go where one is invited.
Ah, that's why we need more initiatives, I guess.
Yes, I
more
think so.
regional
Yes,
initiatives.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
When we talk about your life, we know that you joined films when you were only 16.
14 actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in class 8 when I acted in Shamakti, yes.
Okay. And what about Tinkonna?
That was Tinkonna. Shamakti was the third story in Tinkonna. It was 3 stories.
Okay, but I thought you did Tinkonna at 16 with Satyajit
No,
Ray.
it was.
Okay.
I started when I was 14. I think by the time it was released, I was 15.
How does it feel after so many years?
Well, I don't know. I've never really thought about it. It's just that it seems there's not enough time to do everything I want.
And you have been doing a lot.
Not really. I think I could have churned out more films. There seems to be a lot of interval between one film of mine and the next.
Maybe you're just taking time to think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one needs to have that kind of creative space.
You did also edit. You used to be an editor of Shanunda.
That is
And,
very successful, yes.
Yeah. And when you say successful, what do you mean? Was it exciting enough for you?
It was fairly exciting, yes, because I used to have my own platform. You see, I used to write editorials myself, apart from planning the magazine and so on and so forth, and making policy decisions. Actually, this whole brand was created by me. It was nice because I could write about anything I wanted to, and I wrote a lot about current affairs and topical matters, and I addressed the communal problem in a large way. I mean, editorial after editorial was devoted to the communal problem and communal harmony, actually, propagating communal harmony.